Yes.
Awesome. Ow. Ow.
Okay, and that, is it over?
No.
What's wrong?
I hate your booty.
Night terrors, sleep terrors, pavor nocturnus. This is an event similar to what we saw in the video. They are an act of parasomnia, which is a group of sleep disorders defined by unpleasant imagery and uncomfortable movement. They are most commonly referred to as sleep terrors because they occur during our deepest stages of sleep. Besides the event itself, researchers have for some time pondered the question of what exactly causes these terrifying events during our sleep. Multiple studies have linked a variety of influences to the cause and development of this disorder, but only two stand above the rest as prominent factors, those being genetic and environmental factors. Although research has provided information that supports the correlation of both factors to insufficient sleep and sleep terrors, environmental influences seen in everyday stress, anxiety, and fear pose a larger threat to sleep health as compared to genetic or hereditary ones. Environmental influences can be interpreted in many different ways. It can be stress from a new job, anxiety for an exam coming up, or fear from hearing something you swear you heard outside your bedroom door. It can also be defined by noise pollution and light pollution. Examples like a busy highway system near your house or an overly bright light pole right outside your window can be an example of environmental influence. In one article, researchers Dana Johnson, Martha Billings, and Lauren Hale also point to community tensions as being a catalyst for sleep disorders, like sleep terrors. Whether it be between two neighbors or among family members, emotional tension and stress from these situations can have a negative impact on our sleep health. If these feelings fester for too long, the body begins to wear down and becomes vulnerable, often being pushed to its limits to where it can react violently in the form of a sleep terror. In another article published by the Cleveland Clinic's Department of Pediatrics, it explains how sleep disorders like sleep terrors are often a part of a developmental period in children's lives, as they experience new things in the world and are more susceptible to being emotionally and mentally overwhelmed. In terms of genetic influence, there's a certain percentage of individuals who do inherit genes from their parents that directly affect their sleep. Although this correlation is a bit complicated, as most studies regarding sleep genetics are done with animal tested models. Despite this, many studies similarly done with and without animals have provided evidence that about 35% of people who suffer from sleep disorders like insomnia, sleep paralysis, and sleep terrors have a prior family history of such events. One study done by the Iranian Psychological Association of America found evidence that many underlying issues like mood disorders, sleep apnea, and restless leg syndrome, which are all inheritable, can lead to the development of sleep disorders and sleep terrors. Genetic influence is apparent without a doubt, but it should be noted that in most studies, they explain how sleep disorders are often caused by interaction between existing genes and the environment they're exposed to. Essentially, genetics are like a fire, and environmental factors are like a bottle of gasoline. The reaction of both interacting can cause greater issues that may develop into sleep disorders and evidently sleep terrors. This makes it difficult to identify genetic influence as a primary or prominent cause of sleep terrors, as the event itself is not entirely genetic, but more so activated by outside sources. With that being said, multiple studies have associated both factors in influencing the development and occurrence of sleep terrors, but environmental ones are more prevalent in day to day life and can exert levels of stress, anxiety, and fear, all which correlate with sleep terrors. Genetic factors do affect sleep to a certain extent, but are small in comparison to environmental ones, often being enabled by outside influence, which can trigger the onset and event of sleep disorders and sleep terrors. From experience as someone who's dealt with sleep issues in the past, like sleep terrors, I can say they've always occurred during incredibly stressful times in my life. Whether that be from situations I was put in or genetic code that was being triggered, the environment truly made the difference. Thank you for watching.